This is probably going to be the most unique video ever on the Gothamchess YouTube channel, because there's not going to be a single chess move discussed or played. That's because today was my birthday. Whenever you're watching in the future, it's not my birthday anymore, December 5th. And I had my mom and my girlfriend join me on stream, and they just basically talked about what it's like knowing me. My mom told stories of my childhood and different things that she remembered about me growing up. I know you all enjoy that quite a bit. And Lucy told some fun stories as well about some things I do that annoy her, and some other fun stories. So enjoy. Things are timestamped, so there's different stories to tell. And shout out to Daily Dose of Chess, because he put together this highlights video. Enjoy. Let me know what your favorite one is in the comments. Mom, you should tell them why you wanted to join the stream.
Oh, it's just because you're 25 and a good chunk of all those years been spent playing chess, and we have some really cool chess stories that I guess still haven't been told, and probably some that you've told already.
I'm terrified.
Of what?
Can you just show the game already? Oh my god, can you change the song? Can you just play better games? Can you play me, please? Can you play me Gotham, please?
Well, the story that they don't know is that normally dads teach their kids chess, and in this case, it was you were the one that campaigned to sign me up for chess, right? So
Yeah, that's probably the first story. So, but there is a background to it. I guess most chess players, you think of these very complacent, quiet kids who can sit at the board for hours and look at the pieces.
Happy
you
birthday,
were not
Levy.
that. To the point that I believe when you were like 2, and the other grandma, would take you to a playground in Brooklyn, other grandmas would pick up their kids and leave. So
that still happens.
Yeah,
that
still happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just stopped going to playgrounds because
everybody just leaves.
Yeah.
So you decided to just play on 64 squares.
Yeah.
That was safer.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, with that kind of reputation, nobody really expected that you would have enough calm in you to sit and play chess. But it sort of happened, and it really happened because you were in Montessori and not in a public school. Anyway, we signed you up, and when the school started, there were 2 options: no after-school care, or after-school clubs.
Uh-huh.
Oh no, there was an after-school care, and there were also after-school clubs, and the difference was $7 versus $10. So I signed you up for after-school clubs.
Was that 10?
Yeah, that was $10.
We've been bad Jews. I keep telling them
Yeah.
that when I get to the gates of the afterlife,
Yeah.
whatever Jewish entity allows permission inside will be like, how much money did you save? And I'm gonna be like, not a lot.
So your dad didn't have a problem with me signing you up for the drawing class, club, because you would just pick up some pens and pencils and draw. But chess, I was like, no, he's just gonna pick up that board and smack somebody in the head. It's just gonna be a disaster. And I was like, you know what? Let's give it a shot. Let's just try. I mean, if they throw him out after a week, they throw him out after a week. Maybe he'll stay. So we signed you up. I think it was early, something like that, for both clubs. And you said you were hiding on the playground to not go to drawing club.
Yeah, I don't actually know if that's verifiable anywhere. I'm pretty sure that's what I did. I remember there was a day you beat me twice.
Yeah, I remember that the last I remember being able to beat you is on the way to Disney World.
Uh-huh.
On that train, because in our compartment, so we took the train, remember? The sleeper car, which was kind of cool. 2 days of hanging on the train. And the table we had a checkerboard. And if you asked the attendant, they would give you chess pieces. So we played on the way.
Oh.
And that's where I remember beating you for the last time. Then I think you were 6.
Okay, and I played my first tournament when I was 7. So.
And I gotta tell you, the lady who did that club at Montessori,
Mm-hmm.
she was amazing. She was a lawyer with a law degree who decided she didn't want to practice law, so instead she went to teach kids. I don't know how she did it, because the cacophony of all these kids when you walked into the classroom was insane. But she was always so cool and so calm and so nonchalant, and I don't know if one of the reasons the chess took so well was because she was like that. So at the end of that semester, you beat everybody in the club, and I think her also. And that's why Dad took you to play in a tournament, and nobody expected you to win the tournament either, but you did.
And then this is how my first game went ever. I think this is how my first game went. It went like this, and this is why you should learn the fried liver trap.
Fried liver trap?
Yeah, it's like not very good, but for beginners, it's really good. And my opponent, so I sacrificed my knight and gave check, and here my opponent has to guard the knight with the king, but he went here, and I took, and it's basically checkmate. And this game is why I never became a grandmaster, because I just thought games would be this easy forever, and I never actually studied. See, if my opponent had gone king to e6, which loses by force as well, but it's a lot harder, then probably I would have become GM, but yeah.
Oh, you still can. So after all these kind of like really fun successes, where we're like, oh wow, we've got a chess prodigy on our hands, there came a grueling era of chess tournaments. Do you remember that?
So it's kind of funny, if you look at my year-by-year stats of playing chess, the most games I played in tournaments in a year, I was 8 or 7. It was one of the first 2 years I played chess.
Really?
Yeah, and then the second most was like a year or two ago. Like, I didn't play a lot of chess. Actually, what I'm most curious about is the period of time when I quit, because the way I remember it is between 12 and 15, I played like no chess. Like, I just quit chess, basically. And when I was 12, I was number 2, very close.
Yeah.
And then when I came back to
you
chess.
were a 2. Yeah.
I was, but like for 1 month. Like Ostrovsky and Daniel Naroditsky, who everybody knows because Daniel also streams, they were like 1 and 3. I was never really, but I was always like in the top. And then I just quit because I think if one of my parents beat my ass more, that's what I always told chat. I was like, if one of my parents just beat like sometimes you just need an ass beating. And if one of them just beat my ass, I would have maybe became GM, but it didn't happen. So
yeah.
I'm just saying, you know.
I'm learning my lessons.
Hi, Leo.
So that was a kind of a conscious decision, but I also don't know if it would have worked beating your ass because you were always pretty damn independent. It's not even stuff like you're independently. You kind of decided on what you wanted to do, or didn't want to do, and I'm not sure if we tried to push you to play more, you might have rebelled to the point that you would have quit forever, like some of your friends.
That is true. It's actually scary. Like, if you go back and look at this is not just for you, this is also for like all of chat. If you ever go back to like national championship standings, like almost none of them play chess anymore. Kids that like became national champions when I was like 12 or 13 years old just completely don't play chess. Like, there was a nationals, I got 5 out of 7, and I lost 2 games. I lost to Christopher Hyung, who beat me twice in my childhood career, and Lucas van Buzicum, and they were number 1 and number 2 in the country for their age, and they both quit chess like several years after that, which is so weird. Like, what? That's so crazy to me. Like, how did that happen? They were number 1 and 2. How many of you have heard the story of my worst small talk experience at a chess tournament? I'm asking them.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know that story. I guess I'll learn something. Go ahead.
So, I played a chess tournament in Philadelphia, and the tournament was not going great for me. And the way chess tournaments work at my level is there's a little bit of a, there's like a few minutes, you get to the board, and the way it's supposed to work is you shake hands before the game, if you're both there. You sit quietly, the clock starts running, and if you don't know each other, it's very unlikely that you talk to each other, because it's competition. And then afterward, you will talk. Anyway, I sit down. I don't exactly remember how it goes, but the guy basically starts being like, where are you from?
Chatty?
Yeah, very chatty, very, very chatty. He's like, how's your tournament going so far? I'm like, I'm playing you in the latter part of it. It's not going very well. No, I'm like being polite, but in my head, I want to kill him. And then he goes, so is it Levi or Levy?
You are awesome. I love you.
Why are you asking how to pronounce my f***ing name? What? Just play the game. Just play the game, dude. Just play the game. Oh my, no one's ever done that to me. Oh my God, I wanted to strangle this man. And at this point, I'm furious, right? Like, I'm like, this is messing with my psyche to the point that I'm gonna play different openings now. oh my god, like I am just, and maybe he's a genius. Maybe this was all part of the master plan. But I'm like, it's Levy. And then he's like, oh, what does your name mean?
Mean?
Yeah, like how do you pronounce your name, and you know, what does it mean? Guys, if you go to a chess tournament, don't be asking your opponents what their name means. Like what's next? Zodiac sign? Remember I almost cried after winning? Do you remember that?
No.
So
Where was that?
This was
which tournament was
it
that?
It was either 2018 or 2016. I was doing a lot of work with the Polish Grandmaster, Wojciech. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And
yes,
so
yes.
I like worked for hours, and I go to play in this tournament in Chicago. And then in the 5th round, I finally get to play Grandmaster. And I'm playing Boris Avrukh, who's a Israeli Grandmaster who wrote these like massive novels of like a certain opening system. Literally,
Novels?
yeah, like not novels, but I'm saying like 1,000 pages on an opening. And I was determined to play into his prep and play something my coach recommended to me, which wasn't in the guy's book. Because you can't cover everything. Like, you just can't. So I played a move against this guy, and it led to, like, a complicated game, and it led to, like, me outplaying him. I'm outplaying the guy who basically made the opening. And we're playing, and right on the last move, before we get to our bonus time of 30 minutes or an hour, I play a move with, like, 2 seconds on my clock, and I up the game. And I see, as I play the move and hit the clock, I'm like, oh, he can save everything right now. And I'm staring at it, and his time is ticking, and he has to make one move to get to move 40. And he plays the losing move.
Losing move.
Plays the losing move. I play the winning move, and he resigns. And I went to my room, and I just felt like crying for like an hour. And I was like, oh my god, I can't believe that just happened. I literally played the guy who like made this opening, and this, you know, I just worked for months to, and like finally, and well, you know, I got a well-deserved result, but yeah, since then I've lost like 90 points, so crying didn't really help. So
Someone asked if I played chess with you.
yeah.
But the only person I can play is Levy, and I'm a lot better than him, so it's like really unfair every time we play, and like he offers a draw 10 moves in, so I'm just like, alright, I don't want to make you feel bad, so, and then we get dinner or something.
Yeah, it's rough, you know, we'll be playing a game, you know, like, Lucian, like, tells me she has, like, a completely winning combination, and then she says draw, or I say draw, and she goes, okay. So it's hard playing Lucian, very, very toxic gamer. Very toxic, but is Levy just as sarcastic as he is on stream?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
See, same guy.
And
No, he's like that with everybody, I feel like. Our first date in 2015 went so poorly because I didn't understand his sarcasm or sense of humor.
yeah.
I was just like, this guy's a dick. I don't want to see him ever again.
I am not shocked.
Yeah.
So what happened?
So,
Why did you change your opinion?
that story. Okay. So 2015, and then
Oh, that was 2015.
but that first date we went to a Singaporean restaurant, and he told me a story. He was like, you know, I come here all the time. Last week I was here, I sat at the bar, I was talking to the chef, and he told me that he has a wife and 2 kids, and like gave me this elaborate story, and I was like, oh really, that's cool. And then he goes, no, why would I talk to the chef?
To a chef?
No, you just like tell a story and then be like, nah, I'm just...
Yeah, like, just kidding. I wasted 10 minutes of your time.
Oh come on, that's not, I mean, I'm not good enough to tell stories for 10 minutes. I mean, it was
Okay, so what made you change your opinion?
Well, I think the bar was so low after that first date. When we reconnected in 2019, I was like, we're having a normal conversation.
Mom,
That's such an improvement.
I still to this day think I pulled the smoothest, like a top 10 smoothest line of all time. Any guy has ever pulled with any other guy, girl, you know, like ever. I sent a text to Lucy and I said, do you think after 3 years I can finally have a second date? And she was like, all right, I'm gonna give him one more shot. And she almost flaked. She almost didn't go to the date. And then it went well, and yeah, we've been together ever since. So